but is serving me, is my devotee. He is more dear to me than a Chaturvedi Brahman. The same person who is born in the family of dog eaters but is my devotee is worshipable, equivalent to my own worship. He is worth worshipping. Those Brahmins who have the 12 Brahmanical qualities, who's full of all the 12 good Brahmanical qualities, a Brahman who is full of all the 12 Brahmanical qualities, but is devoid of any Hari Bhakti. He cannot purify his own self, but a devotee who's a person who's my devotee, he can purify himself and can purify the entire kul, the entire dynasty. The Maharaj is speaking that if a Kanishk devotee is there, then he will purify his 7 dynasties, and if Madhyam devotee will purify his 14 ancestors, and Uttam devotee will purify his 21 ancestors. By taking darshan of such a devotee, the perfection of eyes are fulfilled. By taking their name, the sense of by taking the name of devotees who sing the glories of Vaishnav, then the perfection of tongue is complete.
Vrindavan Das Thakur is mentioning in Chaitanya Bhagavata that a person, if he is not chanting the names of on the Vaishnavas from their tongue, so it is not possible for that tongue to glorify the Lord.
Once my Guruji asked someone, a school teacher, but asked some teacher some question, but the school teacher could not answer. But a person who was very less learned, he had only passed 4 grades, he could answer about the Vaishnava philosophy. Then Guruji immediately told him that your language is perfect, but since you have not served any Vaishnava, you are not able to comment anything about Vaishnava philosophy. but पहले बोल
यही जो बोला अरविंद महाराज ये बात है धर्मराज युधिष्ठिर को देवोसी नारद ने हिरण्यकशिपु का बहुत विवाह प्रहलाद द्वारा भगवान विष्णु को जो श्राप किया उसने ईमान
This was mentioned in the when Narad Muni told Yudhishthir Maharaj that when Prahlad was praying before Lord Nrsimha after he killed Hiranyakashipu, whatever Dhruv said became true, and Lord will be pleased by whatever the devotee Prahlad would say. But someone may be a great learned scholar, Lord will not be pleased just by his scholastic qualities. There was a learned scholar who approached my Guru Dev, who had approached my Param Guru Dev to learn Bhagavad. So my Param Guru Dev sent him to a gardener who was serving in the mutt as a gardener. His name was Ramadas. He used to take care of the garden and used to grow vegetables, etc., and used to sing Mahaprabhu's Kirtan. But he was worldly wise, he was uneducated. When the learned scholar approached Ramdas to inquire about Bhagavad, Ramdas said, I have never learnt Bhagavad, I have never studied Bhagavad. So the learned scholar again came to Prabhupada, and Ramdas was asked, Ramdas said that I only know this much, that my body is perishable. It is. I am not sure when I will leave my body. So I only try to serve the Vaishnav and Bhagwan by growing vegetables and flowers in the garden. I have heard it that by serving Vaishnavas in some way the Lord is served. Then he went away. Then Prabhupada asked him, did you listen to Bhagavad? The person said, learned scholar said that he had not even touched Bhagavad. Prabhupada asked him, did he say anything? He said, yes, he told something. He told him what he said. So Prabhupada said, yes, whatever is spoken is the real essence of Bhagavad. And immediately he recited a shlok. Those who serve the perfection of having one's body is when whose body one can serve the Supreme Lord through the mind, body and words. That is the perfection. And
a person who is serving the Lord, who is always performing the proper conduct, which may not be at this time, one may not feel that, oh, it is good for me, one may not feel good, but at the end result will be good. So what is that? Prana, with one's own life, Arthai, with one's wealth, and Dhiya, with one's intelligence, and then fourth is with Dhiya Vacha, with one's words. With these four things, one should always serve the lotus feet of devotees and the Lord. Then and only then the life can become successful.
Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami that taking your darshan is the perfection of the eyes. That means the taking the darshan of devotee. The real fruit of having nice eyes is to take the darshan of devotee. And the perfection of having one's body is to touch your body, that is Sanatan Goswami's body, that is the body of a devotee. The perfection of one's tongue is to glorify such a Vaishnav. Why? Because it is very difficult in this world to find a pure devotee of Lord. There are two types of Bhagavat. One is Granth Bhagavat, Scripture Bhagavat, and there is a person Bhagavat person. By the grace of the person Bhagavat, you can understand the Scripture Bhagavat. Lord has three forms: Sadhu, Shastra and Guru. He has three forms. Therefore, Guru is also called.
That's why Guru is known as Sakshat Hari.
So, Lord is Guru is identical to Supreme Lord
because of love and affection for each other.
But we cannot get the real grace of Scripture Bhagavat without getting the grace of person Bhagavat. Prahlad had learnt all the scriptures through his school teachers Shand and Amark. If Shand and Amark knew the entire Vedic scriptures, then why did they not become devotees of Vishnu? Hiranyakashipu thought like that. You might have heard of Madan Mohan Malviya, who established the Kashi University. He had gone to our mutt once. When Prabhupada recited the slok from Bhagavat, I have read Bhagavat but I have not seen this slok. Then Prabhupada showed him the verse. Then he admitted his mistake and admitted that the Gaudiya Vaishnavas has opened my eyes now. They are the real holders of the proper, the essence of Vedic literature. They understand and propagate the real essence of Vedic literatures.
There is one other person.
उनको जैसा देता है वो उतना दे दिया, वो एक में रखा है छोटा छोटा, वो उसका लोगों उसको दे दिया, वो एक ही हो जाएगा हफ्ता में उसको दे दिया।
I'm sorry I missed initial.
Just wait for a moment, we will translate.
उसको दे दिया, कम दिया, तो वो तो उसका अपना ही पुण्य नहीं है, उसको जैसे हमारा फायदा क्या देगा, हमको क्या देगा? पुण्य काम के लोग को देखते हैं, इसलिए औसत पात्र में दान देने से गरीब बनेगा, गरीब होने से पाप बढ़ेगा।
If you donate your hard-earned wealth to a unqualified person, then you will also get the sinful reaction for this. But if you give it for pious deeds to the qualified eligible person, you will get the real benefits of donation.
ये श्लोक भागवत में नहीं है। आसन वरना तो एक विष्णु गिरना तो नो जोतन शुभरत्न स्पदापि तो लीलामि कृष्णां।
There was a Mayavadi who came in contact with the Mathvasis and said that Lord Chaitanya's the indication of Lord Chaitanya's is not mentioned. Lord Chaitanya's birth is not mentioned in Bhagavat. He apparently knew the entire Bhagavat. But one brahmachari caught him and brought him to me and brought him to my Gurudev. And Gurudev immediately called him inside and gave him an asan to sit. And he asked us to bring Bhagavat, where he showed this verse. Guruji thought that he had a doubt in his mind. So Guruji ordered me to bring Bhagavat. So he still had a doubt that maybe this is the Bhagavat of Gaudiya Math. So maybe because it is a Bhagavat of Gaudiya Math, they have printed it by mistake or for their own self. But then I was ordered again to bring the Mool Bhagavat from Gita Press. When I brought the original Bhagavat from Gita Press, then he started sweating in the cold winter time. This was a Mayavadi philosopher who used to travel here and there, everywhere, to preach Bhagavat, and used to conduct Bhagavat Saptaha. He used to conduct Bhagavat for 7 days. There was a Chinmayananda. There was a person who was undergoing a training about Bhagavat. So he also wanted to know about the same shlok. So he was also brought from Kaliyadaha to our mat. That time myself, Puri Maharaj and Devaki Nandan were sitting and were translating Chaitanya Bhagavat into Hindi. So that time I had Bhagavat in my hand. Why? Because I was doing Chaitanya Bhagavat's translation. When he asked, I immediately showed him the shlok. He was bragging initially that I will leave everything if you show me. Then when I showed him, then he was embarrassed. Then immediately he surrendered. He said that I want to learn Bhagavat from you. Then I told him, no, I will not accept you as my student. Why? Because I will not waste my time in teaching you. Why? Because you only want to derive material benefits out of reciting Bhagavat. Whatever essence of Bhagavat I will tell you, you will not listen and adhere to that. But you will only want the outward meanings of Bhagavat through which you can derive material benefit. So I will not teach you. So Prahlad Maharaj mentioned Prahlad Maharaj told that when one will become eligible to understand Bhagavat, as long as there is no grace from the, if one does not accept